What's up, Black and Gold Nation? The vibe in Pittsburgh is electric, and I'm Jack Romano, here to hit you with the unfiltered truth nobody else is talking about. The preseason's wrapped, but it's left a trail of questions, tension, and even a bit of fear in the hearts of Steelers fans. The offense didn't click like it should have. Some guys underperformed, and there are big names who might lose their spot faster than we think. The million-dollar question is, are we watching a Steelers team on the verge of a complete turnaround? But before we dive into the burning hot details shaking up the Steel City, I gotta ask you for one thing. We're on the chase for 1,000 subs right here on this channel, and you can be a part of this Black and Gold family. Hit that subscribe button right now, smash the notification bell, and help us get to the next level. And check out what's starting to bubble up behind the scenes in Pittsburgh. The backfield situation might get even stickier than it looked when Najee Harris left. Everyone figured Jaylen Warren would take over, no questions asked, but what we saw in the preseason has people scratching their heads. It was a grind, with runs getting stuffed and a serious struggle to find that explosive burst. Fans were expecting consistency, but all they saw were flashes. And here with the steel curtain, when the bar gets raised, those who don't deliver can get cut real quick. Mark Kaboly even mentioned that Warren is obsessed with getting better, carrying water-filled footballs everywhere, focused on not fumbling on contact. That shows work, but work without results on the field leads to serious pressure, especially in a season where the offense needs to fire on all cylinders right away. The problem is that the situation behind him is far from settled. Kenneth Gainwell showed he's solid, but solid doesn't win you a playoff game, and the rookie Caleb Johnson, who came in with high expectations of being a spark plug, disappointed in his debut and only showed something decent in later games. Fans are blowing up the message boards. If Warren slips up, there won't be much patience. The bench is a short walk away, and this talk that Caleb could steal the job isn't an exaggeration at all. Imagine a bad mistake, a fumble in a crucial moment, and Johnson comes in fired up, hungry to prove his worth. That could create a domino effect in the locker room. The exclusive I'm bringing you is this. The staff itself isn't convinced that the plan is to stick with Warren until the end. If he repeats that preseason inconsistency in the first few games, the scenario could change without warning. And man, if you don't stick around until the end of this video, you're gonna miss the most explosive part of this segment, because we're still gonna talk about an unexpected cut and even a surprising trade possibility. Now, tell me in the comments, would you stick with Jaylen Warren as the firm starter, or would you give the hot-handed Johnson a shot right away? I want to take the temperature of the fans. And hold tight, because what's coming next is gonna mess with the heads of everyone who believes in the Black and Gold offense. You won't believe what they're saying in Pittsburgh, man. The QB room has become a heavy drama, and now an unexpected chance to solve the puzzle has appeared. The Steelers have 4 QBs who looked good in the preseason. Aaron Rodgers as the clear starter, Mason Rudolph providing security, the rookie Will Howard who got everyone hyped before his injury, and Skylar Thompson who took advantage of the opening and absolutely killed it. But the NFL is a cruel game. The roster needs to be locked down at 53 players, and carrying 4 QBs isn't an option. So that dilemma pops up. Who stays and who gets cut? It turns out a serious injury on the Raiders could be the key. Their backup, Aiden O'Connell, broke his wrist. He's out for a long time, and suddenly their desperation could be our salvation. Thompson put up insane preseason numbers, 498 yards, 4 touchdowns, and only 1 interception. That caught everyone's attention and opened the eyes of teams looking for an immediate boost. Check out this scenario. The Steelers don't want to get rid of the rookie Howard. Fans were buzzing about the kid before his injury, but they also can't just let Thompson go for free. That's where Omar Khan, the master negotiator, comes in. He could turn an internal problem into draft capital. Imagine trading Thompson for a future pick, keeping Rodgers, Rudolph, and Howard, and still coming out ahead. The Steel Nation is already debating this on forums and radio shows, and the fan base is divided. Some want to keep Thompson because they think he could be a key piece, while others think it's time to capitalize and trust the rookie's project. This analysis is exclusive to this channel. If Khan has already started talks with the Raiders, he might be setting the stage for a quick, unexpected move, and if you don't pay attention, you could miss the most important behind-the-scenes turn of the preseason. And I'll say this much more. If you don't stick around until the end, you're gonna miss the most explosive part of this video, because the talk now even involves a former draft pick who's about to say goodbye to the Steel City. So comment below, die-hard fan. Would you make the deal with Las Vegas or would you hold on to Thompson no matter what? I want to feel the weight of the Black and Gold Nation's opinion. All right, my friends, what I heard earlier today is going to make a lot of people lose sleep. The Steelers might be on the verge of letting go of a guy who was once seen as the future of the defense, edge rusher DeMarvin Leal. You know the name well, a 2022 third-round pick, raw talent, impressive physique, but he's never been able to truly establish himself. In the preseason against the Panthers, he even had a solid game, but the internal evaluation wasn't enough to guarantee him a permanent spot. The problem is twofold: a lack of consistency and an undefined position. They've talked about using him as an end. They've tried to fit him in as a linebacker, but nothing has stuck for good. Brian Batko commented that the outside linebacker group is stacked, with Watt, Highsmith, Herbig, and the rookie Sawyer being practically untouchable. Add to that line reinforcements like Derek Harmon, Yahya Black, and even Daniel Equale, and the space for Leal becomes minuscule. And there's one detail that can't be ignored. On special teams, other guys contribute more, and Leal doesn't have that extra edge. Fans are debating non-stop. Some are asking for patience, others are already declaring it the end of the line. And look, here comes the exclusive. The staff is discussing whether it's better to just cut him now and open up a spot for someone more versatile instead of dragging out the decision. The guy recorded 5 tackles in 3 games and showed improvement in his pass rush, but is that enough to convince Tomlin? I know it hurts to think about it, but in football, the clock runs fast, and the Steelers are building a roster to compete for a title now, not to test out an old project. The feeling of FOMO is real, because if you haven't watched until the end of this video, you've missed the most explosive part, which is an official, confirmed cut involving another name that many people never even imagined. Comment below if you still believe in DeMarvin Leal, or if it's time to say goodbye. The Steel Nation needs to make its voice heard on this one. And hold on tight, because the next chapter is even more direct, with an announcement that dropped like a bomb on social media and shook everyone who follows every single step of the Black and Gold. And this one dropped like a last-minute bomb and shook the entire Black and Gold Nation. The Steelers have made an official cut, and it's not just any name. It's cornerback Mikey Victor, the former Patriot who had just arrived in August to try and grab a shot after the secondary suffered some injuries. The guy had a respectable physique, nearly 2 meters tall with an insane wingspan, perfect on paper for man-to-man coverage. He had 4 tackles in the preseason. He hustled, but he couldn't prove he deserved to stay. And then came the cold, hard announcement. He's gone. First wave of cuts, 11 guys leaving, and Victor included. The fans reacted quickly. Some thought he had the potential to grow, others already saw that he would only be a practice body. Here's the exclusive analysis. This cut shows that the Steelers are narrowing down the list and aren't waiting for a miracle. If you don't produce, you're out before the final deadline. And this reinforces the weight of every rep, every snap, because Pittsburgh doesn't have room to carry around doubt. The message boards exploded, with some saying, "There goes another gamble," and others commenting that the defense needs experience, not a project. And the detail is that Victor had already been through New England and was trying to make a comeback here. Look, honestly, it's sad for the guy, but it's a sign that the defensive roster is going to be put together with a seriously high standard. And I'll say this. This move is a clear warning to the others who are still on the fence. If they don't produce now, the door is wide open. Pure FOMO. If you haven't been following along, you've missed the official confirmation of this cut, which changes the internal competition in the cornerback group. Comment below, die-hard fan. Do you think it was a fair decision, or could they have kept the kid a bit longer? I want to hear what you have to say. And hold on, because now comes the conclusion that's going to tie everything together and make it clear how important this moment is for the Steel Curtain. My man, after everything we've talked about here, it's clear that this is a truly decisive moment for the Steelers. A change in the backfield is on the horizon, a QB who could become trade bait, a draft pick on the verge of walking out the door, and an official cut that has already shaken up the fan base. All of this in one preseason breath. And it's not an exaggeration. The atmosphere is one of a major shift, of tension, of an all-out alert. The steel curtain is being molded piece by piece, and only those who are truly ready to deliver now are going to stay. And I want to know, do you think the Steelers are making the right decisions, or are they burning too many bridges? Leave your opinion in the comments, because this is the home of the real Black and Gold Nation, where we talk for real and feel every snap like it's a Super Bowl final. Stay tuned, because the next video is coming with even more analysis and, who knows, another bombshell straight out of Pittsburgh.